Ja, hallo, ich bin Pascal. Das ist jetzt mein erstes Let's Play und ich spiele jetzt Red Dead Redemption, mein absolutes Lieblingsspiel. Ähm, Ich bin jetzt mal ruhig, damit ihr das Filmchen sehen könnt. Ja, da kommt John Marston gerade in der Hauptstadt Blackwater an. Und die ersten Modelle der frühesten Autos auch. Ja, also Blackwater, wo die sich jetzt gerade befinden, ist die größte Stadt in der Welt von Red Dead Redemption und auch die modernste. Jetzt wurde John Marston gerade von diesen Bundesagenten in Zug auf auf den ersten Teil der Karte geschickt. Es gibt drei Abschnitte der Karte. Einmal halt New Mexico, das ist der zweite Teil, den man freischaltet. Der erste, der ist halt so, werden wir jetzt gleich sehen. Und der dritte ist hier jetzt, da wo gerade auch Blackwater war. Den schaltet man jetzt relativ spät im Spiel frei.
That they are finally bringing civilization to this savage land.
I could not agree with you more, my dear. My dad
Schrullen.
this land, and I know he'll be looking down on us, pleased at how we help the natives.
Yes, they've lost their land, but they've gained access to heaven.
But Father, do you mean unless an innocent receives communion, they're destined to go to hell? That hardly seems fair.
What I mean to say, Jenny, is that there is a great deal of difference between an innocent and a savage.
I never thought of it that way.
Yes, they lived like animals, but they're happier now.
Not only do people now have motor cars, Father, but I heard that pretty soon we will be able to fly.
No, only angels can fly, Jenny.
No, apparently people can fly. Didn't you hear? Out in Kansas, a man even got a car to fly.
I hardly think so, Jenny.
Ja, diese Jenny, von der man gerade gehört hat, der kann man später in einer Nebenmission auch noch helfen.
Johns wants to run for governor, which is why he's so concerned with cleaning up the state.
Nate Johns.
Yes.
His family is nothing but hillbilly trash that came here after the war. I don't want to be judgmental, but this state should not be ruled by such a disgusting family. A family without class.
Apparently. The Johns family have made a lot of money, and he has a lot of friends in politics.
Mrs. Bush, money isn't everything. There are many things that money cannot buy.
It seems that money can buy voters, though.
What you must remember, my dear, is that we have been brought here to spread the word. And the word and civilization, they are the same thing. They are the gifts. It is the opportunity we have, the chance to live among people who are decent and who do not kill each other. And who let you worship in peace.
It's so confusing, Father. sometimes I find it impossible to make the distinction between a loving act and a hateful one. I mean, they often seem to be the same thing.
Yes, Jenny, it is confusing. But you only have to ask me if you need help.
Indeed.
Well, here we are, Mrs. Bush. Armadillo.
Ja, also, das spielt in, ich denke mal, in Texas, Amerika im Jahre 1912, so viel weiß ich. Und John Marston, der Protagonist, ist, ich schätze mal, der ist Ende 30 oder Mitte 30, habe ich gehört. Ja, tut mir leid, dass es auf Englisch ist halt von Rockstars. Die machen alles nur auf Englisch.
You must be John Marston.
Sometimes.
I'm Jake. Your friends from Blackwater hired me to guide you.
They ain't my friends, but pleased to meet you, Jake.
I got the horses saddled up and ready out front.
Pacific Union Railroad,
Ja, also das Spiel wurde das wurde von dem amerikanischen Entwicklerteam Rockstar San Diego entwickelt und die haben halt mehrere Millionen US-Dollar in dieses Spiel investiert.
Easy on the spurs now. We don't need to draw undue attention. Mr. Marston.
Whoa!
So it's Fort Mercer you want to visit?
That's right.
Ain't taking nobody up to the fort in a long time. Strange place for a decent fella to want to visit, if you don't mind me saying.
Who said I was a decent fella?
It's been abandoned for years now. Folks say it was built during the Mexican War. What kinds of soldiers around back then?
Why'd they leave?
Well, I ain't entirely sure. I heard they had to go up north to fight Indians, or maybe they got tired of being soldiers and went looking for gold. You know how things is. So what are you doing up at the fort?
I'm looking for an old friend.
Well, like I says, you ain't gonna find many folk round those parts these days. Those you do find are about as sociable as an ulcerated back tooth. I mean, I ain't one to judge a man by the company he keeps, but...
Well, he ain't been friends for a long time.
Ja, also in dem Spiel, der grobe Handlungsstrang ist halt, dass die Familie von John Marston, die wurde von Bundesagenten gefangen genommen und die erpressen ihn jetzt, dass er die Mitglieder seiner früheren Gang, er war früher mal ein Gesetzesbrecher und ein Outlaw, und dass er die halt findet oder tötet und nur dann wird er seine Familie halt unbeschadet wiedersehen. Die Gesetzeshüter hat man ja am Anfang auch gesehen, die ihn in den Zug gesetzt haben, von dem man halt nach Armadillo.
Yeah, so it was the marshal who hired me, Lee Johnson. Do you know him?
I think I heard his name.
Says he got a telegram from some Blackwater big bugs asking for a guide. I guess it's none of my business.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ja, also wir sind jetzt auf dem Weg zu dem Ort Fort Mercer. Der wird hinterher auch ein Bandenversteck. Eins von 6 oder so in Amerika. Okay. Da seht ihr eine Leiche. Ich schätze mal, die wurde entweder von Banditen überfallen oder von Kojoten. Ach so. Ciao. Ja, also das ist jetzt das schöne Fort Mercer.
Some gang rode in and took the place over.
So I understand.
This is where we part ways, friend. You have yourself a good time.
Come on.
Also ich werde jetzt mal mit meinem alten Freund reden. Und ich schätze mal, das wird kein Zuckerschlecken, also erhofft euch nichts Gutes. Ja, er ruft jetzt hier den Bill Williamson.
Bill Williamson! Come out here right now!
Go away now, John. Don't make me kill you.
Nobody needs to kill anyone, Bill.
You must think I was born yesterday. You always did think I was an idiot.
That ain't fair, Bill. You were as my brother. I've come to try to save you.
Oh. Do I look like I need saving?
Bill, please. They want to kill us all.
Ein
I can help
schönes
you.
Winchester Repetiergewehr.
Well, you never tried to save me before. You only seemed to save yourself.
Bill, I implore you think about this.
You implore me? You implore me. You always were one for fancy words. Oh. Well, things are different now, John. Now I'm in charge. No more Dutch. And no more you. Implored. I implores you to go back and tell them to send someone just a little bit more impressive next time.
Well?
Oh. Poor John.
Ja, das ist wohl nicht so glücklich ausgegangen. Ja, dieser Dutch, von dem eben die Rede war, der war halt früher der Anführer der Bande, wo auch John Marston drin war, und dem wird man sicher im Spielverlauf auch noch begegnen. Die gute Bonnie McFarlane und irgendein Freund, Helfer von ihr, die versuchen mich jetzt aufzupeppen wieder und in Sicherheit zu bringen. Ja, also, die haben mich jetzt zu ihrem Nachhause, der McFarlanes Ranch, geschafft. Dort hat ihr Vater das Sagen, Mr. McFarlane. Den Vornamen erfährt man, glaube ich, nie, aber das werden wir gleich noch eher erfahren.
Well, you're alive.
So it would seem.
So, how do you feel?
I don't know the polite word for it.
I do. Stupid is the word we use around here. What were you doing?
I was doing something stupid.
Well, you'll be okay. Once you didn't die, the doctor said you'd be fine. He got the bullets out a couple days ago.
Good.
It cost us $15.
I'm sorry, madam. Should have left me there to die.
Did you want to die? I mean, was that it? Was that why you went straight out to Fort Mercer and picked a fight with the worst bandit in the county? To die, Mr.
Mr. Marston. John Marston.
Bonnie McFarlane. Miss Bonnie McFarlane.
Well, you may be right, Miss McFarlane. I don't know.
Huh. So what were you doing?
trying to give Mr. Williamson a chance. For old time's sake.
You know Bill Williamson?
Knew him. Long time ago.
Well, what was he like?
Dumb.
Just like you.
Thank you, miss. See my hat?
I have. And, what will you do now?
Now I'm gonna take my time and go after him the less kind way.
Well, that sounds very fun, Mr. Marston. Quite heroic, just like in those penny dreadfuls my brother used to read. Meanwhile, if you'll excuse me, I've got a ranch to run. Of course, if you're feeling better, why not take a ride with me later and help me patrol the perimeter? You can earn back some of that money we wasted on doctor's bills.
Of course. And thank you for saving my life, I mean.
Next time, Mr. Marston, I strongly recommend you don't try to lose it quite so earnestly.
I'll bear that in mind.
Das ist jetzt mein neues Haus auf der McFarlane Ranch. Sehr gütig von denen. Ja, ich bin immer noch angeschlagen, aber mir geht's jetzt besser, also werde ich versuchen, mal Bonnie zu folgen.